Well, hey there, Littermates. Welcome back to the Boss Kitty Show. I caught myself. It's our last normal weekly live show, and I finally caught myself, sort of, kind of, not really. I'd give myself a solid C on that one. Welcome back to the Boss Kitty Show. I am your host, Boss Kitty, of course. Happy Monday. I keep thinking it's Wednesday for some reason, which is funny because we don't even do shows on Wednesdays anymore. Oh, Carmen, you're using the Zuzu emoji. It makes me so happy. Yeah, good evening to everybody. I hope you all are having a wonderful holiday season. I hope my chair seems a little low. Oh, well, it's just going to be low. I hope that you're having a great winter season, whatever you want to call it. Effort was made. Exactly, Elizabeth. Exactly. Hi, Moonbow, Yarn Pirate. Oh my gosh, there's so many wonderful, beautiful people in here. Lillian, it's good to see you. Abby. I have something in my eye. I think it's just my hair. Let me see here. Hope everyone is healthy and happy today. Right back at you. Thank you. Hi, Knit Cat. Vicky. Oh, there's little Gracie. Gracie's been a turd today. Anyway, I'm way off track. So you probably saw the post that I just posted in Discord about this being our last weekly live show, normal weekly live show. So we talked a little bit about this a few weeks ago, and then TK's kind of elaborated on it a little bit. So next week we have our Yuletide extravaganza. And I believe that there will be a special elf here for that. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We're not going to do a gingerbread house this year. We might decorate my Yule log. That's a possibility. I also thought about doing like some old fashioned type of homemade holiday decorations that you can do with kids or with people like me who shouldn't have scissors, right? You know, like sticking the cloves in the oranges, shit like that. What's up, TK? Why? But he's so bossy sometimes. He wants me to do the subscriber giveaway right off the bat. I feel like that, and I'm going to say this because, YouTube. I feel like that's like shooting your load real early in there, YouTube. I mean, TK. Like, just get it right out of the way, right? Have you ever recovered from Black Friday sales yet? Teresa, what a great question. We are still dyeing up the pre-orders. I would say we're about a solid third of the way through them. I'm starting on the Cat's Cradle stuff tomorrow or tonight. We'll see. But all of the kitty glitter and the mohair ball is done at this point. Such language. Gumi wars have ceased. They have for now. Have you, the Gumi wars. You're all discombobulated, but this should be my last work trip of the year. So that'll be wonderful, Yarn Pirate. So I guess I'm not gonna talk about what I was gonna talk about. We're gonna do the subscriber giveaway really quickly, and then I'll talk about what I was gonna talk about. Because the producer has said as much. One moment. So TK was a doll, and he actually got the wheel ready in beforehand. There were 4 shows in November, not including the Black Friday sale show, or including, I don't remember. Anyway, he already chose or drew a name from each one of the shows. So this is what we have. We have 4 contestants. We have Crocheted Hook, Samantha Stewart, How I Disappear, and Moonbow Arts. Those are our 4 finalist contestants. This is for the November subscriber giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and push the little click spin button. And we're going to see who wins that $30 gift card. What? Get my confetti cannon ready. It's Samantha Stewart. Congratulations, Samantha, on winning the $30 gift card. I don't know if you're in here right now. I know you will clearly, honestly be in here later. And if not, then I'll reach out to you and let you know that you've won it. She's going to be super excited if she's not in here. Good on her. That's really fantastic. So yeah, if you're a subscriber to the show and you comment on one of our VODs from that month, then you are eligible to win a $30 gift card. We choose one person from each VOD, and then we have a finalist round like what we just did. Wow, words are hard. There she is. Samantha, congratulations. Samantha, what I need from you is I need you, my dear, to message me in Discord privately, please, with your email address so that I can go ahead and send that $30 gift card to you. Questions that you might have regarding the gift card. It works like money in the store. That means that if you have a free shipping code or any other type of code, that yes, you can use it with that. You don't put it in the same place. It's going to give you a little code, and at the end, you'll put that in the gift card section. And it is good for up to $30 worth of yarn, basically. So if you, that's pretty much a skein of yarn, and then you would pay a little bit out of pocket for shipping and handling. So if you got 2 skeins of yarn, let's say, then you would obviously pay for the second skein of yarn plus your shipping and handling, but the first skein would be taken off from that gift card. So congratulations, that's really exciting, and thank you for being a subscriber. Words are hard. Thank you. You had to give a bunch of students bad news today, and you hate doing that. Eska, oh no, what was the bad news? Because I know what the bad news would be in Portland. I believe that the students in Portland, because of the strike, which was needed, they get, I could be wrong because I don't live in Portland anymore, but they were getting like a week less of their holiday break, which sucks. So yeah, that's super exciting. Not the holiday break thing, but the subscriber giveaway. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the show. Derp. So we're going to have our holiday special next Monday. And like I said, I think we're just going to do some cool decorations. And then we have the week off, which is not a big deal because we don't do 2 shows a week right now. And then let me take a look at the calendar. It's not even a week off, honestly. So, or maybe it is. It is. We have 2 weeks off. So the 18th is the holiday special. Christmas is the following Monday. We wouldn't have a show anyway. And then, so the 31st, which is a Sunday, we will do our farewell to 2023 special. And that usually starts in the evening, and we go pretty long. We go for a few, like 3 or 4 hours, because we start right before the ball drops on the East Coast, and we just work our way down the coastline, and we end on the Pacific, in Pacific time for me. And we all wish me a happy birthday, because January 1st is my birthday. So that's what we're going to do. And that's also the day that we are dropping the drop spindle kits and our fiber, which I believe and this is not official yet. TK is going to give me stink eye. I believe we're going to call it floof. So there you go. So that's going to drop on New Year's Eve during the special. I think that you guys will all be able to see them on New Year's Eve, and they'll be available specifically to patrons on New Year's Eve. I think that's how that's going to work. Like, because they get the 48 hours free, and then on January 2nd, if there's any left, they'll be available to everybody else, and the fiber will be available to everybody else. TK will tell me if I'm wrong about that, but I think that's how that's going to work. Floof, right? So yeah, after the BK birthday extravaganza, we will be taking a break. We will be back in February. So we're taking January off. When we come back, we will not be doing weekly lives to start out with. We're trying to experiment and try some new things with you guys. So we will be doing a monthly live for everybody like this. We will be doing a monthly live for our patrons. And then we will be releasing pre-recorded content. And that could be, it could be anything. It could be boss business, right? So it could be business for Boss Kitty, like packaging things up, or dyeing yarn, or gosh, I don't know. I'd have to really think about it. Labeling yarn, things like that. You know, the process that is Boss Kitty yarn and all that goes into that. Maybe that's a day with TK while he's working on something for the show, or creating a new label for a box set, things like that. It'll be silly, funny stuff from time to time as well. Like, you'll get stuff with the kitties. You know, we might throw an occasional dad joke or something in there. So we're just going to do a lot of different things. We're going to have it's going to be vlogging basically. And we're hoping to do at least 2 vlogs a month, so that you still get content each week basically. And then we're gonna have some shorts in there. You guys will get to see our adventures and everything. I'm practicing my cinematography. No, my film log. No, I don't know. I'm practicing how to point and shoot my freaking phone camera. we're just going to roll with it. We're going to probably struggle a little bit in the beginning, like we did with Twitch, right? Or at least we feel like we struggled. And then get used to it and get comfortable with it, and it'll grow and it'll become this wonderful thing. That's the plan. We're very nervous and we're very excited. And maybe someday we'll go back to regular lives every week. It's just not sustainable right now. So yeah. Oh, I'm going to cry a little bit. 4 years, you guys. Now I need floof and and Ashanti floof colors. I love it. Thank you, Samantha. Hello, Miss Monster. So yeah, that's the plan, you guys. It's scary and exciting all at once, and I have no idea what to promise you or not, other than the fact that we're not going anywhere. We will be here. We will be back. It's just we won't be live as often. I'm very excited for it too. We really want to shake it up, right? Like we've been trying to do that for the past year and a half or so. And it's been a difficult road trying to find things that work and things that don't work. And we have no regrets about any of it, honestly. So yeah, that's the plan. But I bet you don't want to sit here and just talk about this all day long. You actually want to work on some shit, and I totally am there with you. So we're going to knit on some holiday gifts, or a holiday gift. You guys are going to laugh at me so hard. Look, guys, socks. No joke. Leave it to the holidays to force me to become a sock knitter. I don't dislike it. It's much better now that it's 2 at a time versus 1 at a time. I would not be doing this if it was 1 at a time. I'd lose it. So these are technically slipper socks. They're made in a DK weight yarn. I've made this pattern before for TK and for my father-in-law. They absolutely love it. And I like it too. I think that it's got a neat motif to it. These are got Gracie hair all over them. These are done. The toe and the heel, and then I'm doing the rib right now, the rib stitch right now. It's all done in Buttons and Bravery, and then the rest of it is done in a throwback of Victoria that was way too dark when it came out of the dye pot. So there will be some of this in grab bags later, but yeah, they look lovely together. Who knew Victoria and Buttons and Bravery were meant to be together? She won't be able to check till after. Yes, I will. That's true. I will not be able to check, Samantha, your messages until after the stream. But I do promise you that we will see it, and I will get you your gift card. Sock knitters unite. You guys knew it would eventually happen. It only took I would say it only took 4 years, but I've been knitting much longer than that. It only took like 25 years. Let's bring some stuff in here. So everything's green. Apparently I have a green thing going on. Like even if I brought this in, it's green. So you guys just get the many shades of green. Oh, guess what? ADHD brain. Sorry. My new phone case showed up, you guys. Check this out. I love it so much. What? It's so cute. I ordered it last week because I got a new phone. And I sent it to TK. I was like, am I too old for this case? And he's like, yes, I need to get it instead. You can't have that case. I want that case. And I was like, too late. I already ordered it. I love it so much. Thank you. My cacti, my cactus. I made a whole series of cacti. I gave away my favorite one to my niece, but still. We did these were part of a knit along, I think, or a craft along. We did amigurumi, and this was one of the knitted options, and I freaking love them. I want to remake them. Trying to bring some green in the dark times. Yeah, especially because I can't put it on the host screen. I can't put it up here because it's legitimately invisible. Ooh, ah. Same with this. That's actually really cool looking. And I bet this is pretty invisible too. Oh, not quite, but still. Let's see. That's actually not terrible. It kind of looks ghosty, but not as bad as it could be. That's good to know. Hi, Scraptastic Crocheter. How are you today? 3:43 a.m. in Sweden. Was just about to go to bed, but I had to stop in and say hi, hello, and thank you for stopping by from Sweden. I always get excited when we send yarn to Sweden or the UK or anywhere that's not in the States. I get excited when we send yarn to the States too. Don't worry, guys. But it's just, it's silly. I've never been outside of the US, and so I feel like part of me is getting to travel. I get to travel the world even though I'm not traveling the world. So, you know, there's that. I should have grabbed my yarn bolt, but you know what I do have in here? I have this this wonderful little crocheted basket we made. So I guess I could just do that. There we go. We'll just put those in there and make it a yarn bowl for now. Ghost screen. I love it, Bubbles. Yes, excellent. Yeah, so socks 2 at a time is definitely the way to go. I don't know if it actually goes faster. It does for me because I procrastinate that second sock forever. In fact, I know that I procrastinate finishing the first sock because I'm like halfway through it and I'm thinking, yeah, look at me go. And then I'm like, oh my God, I have a whole nother one of these things to do. And I think also toe up is the only way that I like doing socks. I don't like the cuff down. Not for me. And what else about socks? God, I'm picky. What else? I don't know. I prefer doing socks in DK weight, obviously, for, you know, even though this is DK on size 2 needles, which is, by the way, really nuts. Let me just tell you how nuts that is. But even with that, yeah, DK weight. Exactly, Elizabeth. You need to try toe up. It's a lot of fun. It would be fun if you had a map that tracked all of the places your yarn was mailed off to. Bubbles. Okay, so I think we should do that in 2024. I think that could be one of the shorts we do. We have like a monthly update of where's Boss Kitty yarn been, right? Or maybe a quarterly update. Let me talk to TK about that because we actually have a map that we could use that for. Get like a ruler and act like I'm a teacher. It'll be great. Like, you guys are coming up with content. It's wonderful. I love it. You never figured out 2 sock knitting. You got confused. I did too at first. So I will tell you with these, I'm only using 1 needle. I'm basically doing a big magic loop. When I did these, I cheated probably because I didn't have 2 needles and things were confusing. So I did 1 toe first, and then I put that off to the side on the needle, and then I did the other toe, and then and once they were on the same amount, then I started doing them at the same time. When I got to the heels, I did short rows 1 at a time because it was just easier that way. And then when I went to go around, I had a little bit of a problem with this particular pattern because it wants you to knit the first stitch and the last stitch together and then the 2 half stitches together, so on each needle basically. And when you're knitting 2 at a time, that's at least this way, you can't do that. So I had to pull 1 sock off, take care of that with this sock. I happen to have a second set of size 2 needles, so I did that on that row of this one on a different set of needles, size 2, and then put it back on here and continued. So there were some hiccups for sure, but all in all, pretty happy with it. Too bad you didn't still live in Japan. You lived in Japan? Tell me all about it. Where in the world is all the BK yarn? I can do that with Eska because she has the coolest Carmen Sandiego cosplay ever. Where can I get the pattern? You can get the pattern on Ravelry. It's called, let me find out because I don't remember. Just 1 second. It's reminding me to make a video. No, I don't want that. Go away. It's called Vintage Pearls. Tuatara. So Vintage Pearls and then Tuatara. And you can find it, like I said, on Ravelry. I do think that it's a purchase, a pattern for purchase, but it's a great pattern. Like I said, this is my 3rd time using it. It is a go-to for slipper socks, just because I know they turn out nicely. The only thing I don't like about it is the toe on it. Now that I've done a few toe up socks, I think I might alter the toe next time. I prefer the toe that was done on the last pair of ribbed socks I made. I don't know why. It's just, it feels less bulky right here. I know it's also fingering weight versus DK weight. And I think also I would, after the toe has been extended a little bit like this, I might actually do a few rows. Oh my gosh. I might actually do a few rows in stockinette and continue the toe up for a little bit before I start the actual pattern. Because I feel like the toe is just a tad too short. I'd like it to be here instead. That's it. That's my only complaint. I can't drop a link for it. I don't have the link right now, but I can. Well, you know what? I can. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. Ravelry, Ravelry. Perfectly crafted. There we are. I'm just getting into Ravelry 1 second. I can actually share this with you guys. There's no reason I can't. Okay, so we're on Ravelry right now. We're going to head up here. You guys can't really see what I'm talking about. Let me make this a little smaller. We're going to head up here to my notebook, if you've never been on Ravelry. And I'm going to go down to my library right here. Does anybody have friends that say library? I do have one, and she does it on purpose, I think, just to drive me crazy.
Canadian.
And then here are all of my patterns. So the way that your library works over here is you can actually search in your pattern library. You guys can't see it. It's right here. So if I look under accessories, and then I scroll down again, and I look under all accessories, instead of doing all, I do feet. And I do socks, all socks. Apparently I have 32 sets of socks in here. Who knew? Somewhere in here should be these socks. There they are right here. So let me just open these up real quickly. Grab this link for you. There it is. One link just for you guys.
Stroop.
I can't eat this on camera. Are you kidding me? So I have a problem, in case you are wondering. You're probably not. I have a big problem. I get TK goodies for his stocking, right? Because Santa and I had a conversation once about this, and we agreed that he's spoiled enough and that I can take care of his stocking. So I'm just doing Santa a solid. I take care of the stocking for him. So the problem is that I get the stuff for TK stocking, like the candy and the good stuff like that. And then I am really bad at waiting until Christmas to give it to him. So the 3 things of delicious sweets that I got for his stocking less than a week ago, they were already devoured. Stroop waffles was the last of them. So I got him some peppermint bark, this, and then I don't remember what the other one was, but now I will have to go out and get more stuff or talk to Santa and tell him it's on him this year. But that seems rude. Yeah. So here we are. I don't want to chew in your ear. Sorry, guys. Yes. Yes, I do need a hot cuppa to put under it. He did not bring me tea or a latte to do that. And it tastes kind of, it's not bad not warmed up, but it's not the best. It's much better warmed up. And she's right. If you didn't know, this fits right on top of like a mug, basically. And it'll get nice and toasty. And then the insides, because it's like honey on the inside, gets nice and creamy and delicious. It's all ooey gooey and so good. It used to be that here in Oregon, at least, the only place that you could get Stroop waffles was Fabric Depot in Portland, which is random, right? But they had all this random candy and sweets that you can get from like around the world. Now you can get them, I think, just about anywhere. World Market carries them. Ross carries them. Like, probably not grocery stores, but maybe even grocery stores. I don't know. Abby, I am with you on that. I feel you. There's always one bite taken out first, at least for me. And then I'm like, okay, now I got to heat it up. Samantha, absolutely. Thank you for being a subscriber. But you should thank the wheel. I had nothing to do with that. I am using I'm using Chaogu's. They're interchangeable. And they are my favorite. I will never use anything else again. I mean, I will, but I will never purchase any other interchangeable sets of needles. I used to have the Addy lace, turbo lace needles, and they were super sharp. And the needle itself was great. Actually, it really wasn't. My issue with them though, because they were click-ins, they were clicks, Addy clicks. And so the idea there is that you just click them in and turn it and it's in place. On paper, that's brilliant. However, in actual use, it's terrible because there's a groove right there on the Addies and your yarn catches on it. I used those for almost 10 years. No. Give me a second here. I was 27 to 28, 29, 30, 31, 4 years. The only reason I know that is because I got them the year before TK and I got together. And then I got new ones the year we got married. So yeah, I used them for about 4 or 5 years before I finally sold them. I got a fair amount of money for them, which is great. And then used that money to buy these. And at the time, these were much less expensive than they are now. I think I paid like $110 for my full set. And I think they're close to $200 these days. I could be wrong though. I mean, I could always be wrong. Look at that. That looks so good. So the way that this works, this is what's so funky and weird about this pattern, and I love it. She doesn't tell you how many inches to go with the cuff or the leg of the sock. What she says is to make the sock itself the length of the foot, so where the red stops, and then start the cuff. And the cuff is supposed to go to the toe, and then once it hits the toe, I'm supposed to do a round of knit and then do another toe's worth, basically, or inch of the rib stitch again. And that knit round is where it folds over. How cool is that? What's up, TK? You miss me?
Yes, but I'm getting my site readjusted.
Why? Oh, so you, oh, that's funny. That's really funny. They're mine too, for sure. Thank you, JK. Thank you. I also made beef and barley stew for dinner. So freaking good. Last night we had, I'm going to talk about food because I've been very proud of the meals I've made lately. We had pork chops with applesauce and mashed potatoes and peas. And then I had some sauerkraut with it too because I have homemade sauerkraut and I was having pork chops and there was no way in hell I wasn't going to enjoy some sauerkraut. Matt, how are you? It has been a long time. It's so good to see you. So for those of you who are just joining in tonight, it is wonderful to see all of you. Just so that you're up to date on what's going on. Tonight is our last weekly normal live Boss Kitty show. Next week we will have our Yule extravaganza show. So I won't be here, but there's a special little elf, Jangle. I don't remember what we named her. She'll be here. And we're going to work on holiday decorations, or you guys will work on holiday decorations. And then we have a week off. And then on Sunday, the 31st, we're going to do our New Year's Eve party. And we will ring in the new year across the country, across the world. Although I know most of the world does not celebrate necessarily New Year the same way. So I don't presume to assume that. Mostly we're celebrating my birthday because New Year's Day is my birthday. So that's what we're doing because, you know, I'm all about vanity, I guess. I don't know. Feels a little bit narcissistic for, did I say that right? It's a big word for me to be like, we're celebrating my birthday. So I like to use the excuse of New Year's Eve. And then after that, we are going to be gone for about a month. We'll come back in February. We will not be doing lives on the weekly. We will be doing lives twice a week, once for everybody, once for patrons. And then we will also be releasing pre-taped vlog type content and shorts. So you guys are still going to get as much, if not more, probably more, honestly, content from us. It's just not all going to be live and on the fly. And yeah, we're gonna make some mistakes and we're gonna make some great choices, and it's just gonna be what it's gonna be, and it's gonna be wonderful. What time is that live stream? So next week is still at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, right here. The holiday special, or not the holiday special, the New Year's Eve one, we usually started at 7, but I should double check that with TK. 7, 8, 9, 10, because that's 11 o'clock on the east, right? 7, 8 to 9 to 10. Is it 4 hours? I think it is. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's 3 hours. I'm really bad at this. Whatever time is 11 o'clock on the East Coast, that's when we're starting. The new live stream, you mean when we do it once a month? Probably. I haven't decided yet. Might be on Fridays.
I think it's just an hour to the first.
Oh, it is a 3 hour time difference, not 4. Yeah. Okay. So we'll start at 8 p.m. Pacific time. That'll give us an hour for the East Coasters to hang out with us and have a jolly good time before they crash, because it'll be midnight and we're all old in our hearts. Don't lie. Uh-oh, Gracie did something. I can hear it. What a great question. Oh my gosh, Eska, thank you.
Gracie's getting into shit because she just threw up again.
She's eating her food too fast. Okay. What a great question. Thank you, Eska. We have a trunk show at a Little Nitty in Auburn, Washington this Saturday, the 16th, one day only. And we will be there all day. So let's find out what time that shop opens. Let's get you guys an address, all that good stuff. Let's see here. Not Googe. That sounds terrible. I want Google. Thank you. A Little Nitty. Okay, so the address is 102 East Main Street, Auburn, Washington. And when do they open? When do they close? Let's find out. I believe she said they opened at 10. It might be 11. They are open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we will be there from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Jingle the Elf will be there from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we will be doing selfie with an Elfie. So that'll be a thing. It's super exciting. I'll have all my yarn there. We've got at least 4 skeins of every color on the block. So more of most of those, but I've made sure we have at least 4 of everything. So yeah, if you are local, Pacific Northwest local, or local in Seattle or Washington in general, this is a great opportunity for you to come see Boss Kitty yarn live in person, which if you have experienced that before, those people can tell you absolutely that it is an entirely different experience than getting it through the mail. Oh, Bubbles. Yes, you must. So yeah, super, super exciting. I'm stoked about it. I know Jen, the owner, is super excited about it as well. And here's the other part of that, you guys. We are giving away a super special Yarny gift. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you this. If you come into the shop on Saturday while I'm there, while the elf is there, while Jingle's there, excuse me, and you tell me that you are a subscriber of the Boss Kitty Show and show me on your phone, then you can get a raffle ticket to possibly win said gift. We will do the drawing at the end of the day. I will record it while Jen pulls the lucky winner. And then we're going to leave the item, the present there for the lucky winner to pick up at the shop. There's no purchase necessary. You just have to be a subscriber of the show and walk into a Little Nitty on Saturday and let me know that you are a subscriber of the show. That's it. That's all you got to do. It's that simple. That means that if people show up and they're like, la, 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 and I'm like, you could win this thing. All you gotta do is subscribe to the show because they're already there. They've already done 50% of the work, right? So there you go. Sorry if you missed this, but what's the ETA on the most awesomest yarn ordered on Black Friday? The ETA on that is, okay, so if you ordered yarn and there was pre-order in it, I'm about a third of the way through that yarn being dyed. It will be dyed up by the end of the week because it has to be dyed up by the end of the week because I got to finish up all the yarn for a little nitty. It's all being done at the same time. So those should be going out throughout this week. I just didn't get today's twisted and labeled. All the kitty glitter's done as an example. Mohair's done. It's prepping for drying right now. So here's a little insider tip, or not tip, but a little piece of inside information. You guys are always going on about how soft and wonderful our mohair is. Here's why. I started dyeing our mohair at 6 a.m. I only had 20 skeins to dye. Hold on one second. They are currently sitting in their pans without water in them, and they are cooling down naturally. They're all cold at this point, so I'm good to go on rinsing them, but they have not been rinsed because I let them sit for a few hours before rinsing them because I want the temperature of the fiber to go back down to room temperature or the temperature of cold water so that when I rinse them, they're not shocked. So I don't rush that process in any capacity because we don't want it to felt. So that's why your mohair is so soft and just is so forgiving. You are far from Washington. How far is that from me? So it's not terribly far. I will be driving up to Washington on Friday and getting a hotel. It's probably like a 3 or 4 hour. It's longer than that. I think it's probably a 4 or 5 hour drive. Because it's close to Seattle. So I don't know. I have to look. It's almost all freeway though, so that's kind of nice. I'm excited too, Jet. I'm also excited for these stupid socks to be done. I think moving forward, the next whatever gift I'm making will be fingerless mitts. Those will go faster. I don't want to stretch. I don't have time to stretch. Stretching is not today. He's like, don't forget to stretch. We'll stretch. We'll stretch at 7:30. I've been talking and using my hands. That's a lot of stretch, right? Is TK coming to the trunk show? I believe I'm doing this one solo. So that means it'll be me and my awesome music in the Dodge on the way up. It'll be great. I'm such a nerd. I did think about whether or not I could game on my laptop remotely with my friends, but my laptop is so old that it won't work for that. But the thought did cross my mind. I was like, maybe I can make this happen. It'd be a long road trip for you from Oklahoma. Totally worth it though, Michi. I used to perform with the high school marching band in the Veterans Day Parade in Auburn. Elizabeth, that's awesome. That's super cool. Fingering hat the other week and frogged it because I didn't like the gauge. It frogged as easy as you could ask for. 10 out of 10. Oh, thank you, Miss Monster. Is that the hat that you held the fingering double and it was like super bulky? Were you able to figure out how to make that work? I don't remember holding 2 strands of fingering. I only remember holding the one. And I knit kind of loose, so. One day indeed. Someday we're going to have a centralized, I'll go to a centralized fiber festival somewhere and we can like make a Boss Kitty day of it and everybody can just come into town wherever that is. Does your gift card expire? I believe that they do not expire. They have a 1-year expiration on them. I don't remember which. I have to ask TK because he makes most of those. So TK, if you're listening, can you please answer that question? Does the gift card expire? I know purchased gift cards don't expire. and that's a legality thing. You can't, at least in Oregon, you can't sell somebody a gift card and have it expire after any time. You're basically selling them money. You're trading them money for money, so that's not allowed. But like I said, I don't know about the gifted gift cards, the ones that we give away. Fiverr Festival, they have sheepdog competitions. I love sheepdogs. Excellent. You guys, hey, just a reminder that Show and Tell is open and active. And in fact, as we've just discussed, this will be our last normie Show and Tell that's not on a weekly basis, like ever. We'll probably still do Show and Tell during our monthly show, and we'll make it a little longer so that you guys can show some stuff off because it'll have been a month. But generally speaking, this is it. So get your goodies in there, my loves. Yeah, I really do like how this Buttons and Bravery looks with the Victoria. My, what's it called? Posture is atrocious. It's so terrible. I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh. It's the funniest looking socks. Like, I'm not used to socks working like this. But here we are. Usually they're like this, right? Like, da, 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 da. Here we are. They're like this. They're like little flappers. So this is how I can see, how much further I need to go. I've got a few more rows to go before we've hit that 1 inch mark. I don't even have a ruler on me. I'm just estimating this at this point, and that's fine. You know why that's fine? Because the person that this goes to is not going to know any better. They're going to be like, oh my God, you made me socks? The fuck? Awesome. Thank you. The end. And if they look at me and they're like, I think that the cuff on these were supposed to be a little longer. Do you know what will happen? Do you? These are sharp. We're just going to let you use your imagination with that. I'll go back to work on these now. I'm kidding. I would never stab anybody with knitting needles on purpose. Oh no, JK. No. Those kitties. Ours have been so good. They have not got into the presents yet. However, I got these really cool tags for the presents this year. They're just sticker tags, but they have little tiny bows on them, right? I thought they were so cute, so I got them. Gracie's obsessed with them. She keeps trying to eat the bow off of it like it's candy. You got a gaming pillow to help with your posture while you're knitting or playing video games. It's amazingly helpful. Bubbles, I don't know if you got it online. If you did, can you post a link to it or let me know what the brand is? I would be really interested in that, actually. Because I wonder if it would be good for work, too, because my posture is terrible. Craft items, indeed. So, specifically fiber arts, Samantha. I don't know what's going to happen with Craft Hole. We haven't really gone that far. I suspect that Craft Hole streams will be patron exclusive. Like sometimes that'll be that extra content that they get. The monthly stream that they that they get. I'm not sure about here for the world to see. Yes, you did, and I love them, JK. Can you put a link for it? Yeah, seriously, I'm with Eska. I have pain in all the joints. Need to see these magical pillow. I love that we're all on the same page. We're all knitters and crocheters, and we like to game, and so we're all like just these backed old ladies, right? TK's always giving me a hard time about that. He's like, you are going to be so miserable when you're older. You have got to sit up straight. I'm like, no. So now I'm intrigued by this pillow. How is TK's hand doing? It's slow going. He's getting his movement back. Even in the very tip of the finger, it's slowly happening. I have high hopes. He has a really hard time with grip or strength with it right now. So doing dishes is really hard for him. Picking anything up is kind of hard for him. It's very frustrating for him, I'm sure. Um, and I know it's frustrating for him when I just do stuff because I'm like, I'm not even going to ask because I know he can't handle it right now because of his hand. But then he gets frustrated because he's like, hey, I still want to help. And I'm like, well, I don't know if you can do this though. And then he tries to do it. And sometimes he can. And I'm like, oh, I should have just asked you. And other times he can't. And then he feels bad. But then again, I should still just ask. I shouldn't assume. Yes, one monthly show on YouTube in the new year. And then you'll have pre-taped content and shorts as well. You want Craft Hole back. I know Craft Hole's pretty fantastic. Are very difficult. How convenient, TK. I'll trade you household chores then. You can have mine and I'll deal with yours. Oh my goodness. Just getting through this rib stitch. Rib, 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 rib. Okay. Oopsies. These are the drop spindles, by the way, in case you're wondering. Why, thank you, Cassandra. She's like, in lieu of yarn. Gimme, gimme. Which I would totally be okay with. So, let's see. Maybe I make... Maybe we make them a little... I don't know. We'll figure it out. Whoopsies. Oh my goodness gracious. So at 7:30, we'll go ahead and do stretches, and then we'll go right into show and tell, I think, is how we'll end this evening with you guys. Remember to be here next week, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, for our Yuletide extravaganza. If you have holiday traditions or holiday crafts that you love doing, or that you did as a kid and that you would love to see happen again, or that, you know, your grandma did, whatever it is, post them in Discord, in the Boss Kitty live stream, in the Boss Kitty live channel for Discord. I would love to look at these ideas. I might use some of them next Monday, so you might see them pop up on Monday. If you don't feel personally attacked or anything. It's not anything like that. It's really going to come down to a lot of, can I do this? Do I have time to do this? Can I afford to make this? That kind of thing, you know. TK and I, so everybody tells you that buying a house is traumatic, right? And you're like, whatever. It's traumatic. It really is. And it's also a shock to your financial system in a lot of ways. This is not a woe me or boo hoo hoo thing, but usually if you are saving up for a house, that means you have this lovely, you know, cushion that you're sitting on because you're saving that money for a down payment. And then when you buy a house, that cushion is gone. And so your finances become much tighter. And what that means is that I have to actually stop and think about what I'm getting TK or everybody else for the holidays or decorating with. I can't just go crazy like I do every year. And I hate it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not somebody who's like, give me big gifts. I could care less, honestly. I am somebody who's like, I want to give big gifts. And so this year has proven difficult for me. I'm getting through it. I'm learning a lot of things, and, you know, in a lot of ways, I'm enjoying it more than I normally do because there's more time and energy put into it and thought. And I'm finding joy in things and things I wouldn't expect to because I'm looking for it now. Thank you, Samantha. Michi, I love it. Just like that. How are my braces? They're great. They're green and red, you guys, for the holiday. I know you can't see them. Let's see if you can see them now. Uh-oh, it didn't work. I don't think you can see them, but they're green and red. No one is getting things from me. Exactly, Cassandra. And that's the thing, like my gaming group, I flat out looked at them. I was like, because my friend got me this really cool player's handbook, basically, for a Doctor Who game, tabletop RPG. I think he gets things like that. He's like, this way she'll run it. 100% because I would do the same thing. But it's super cool. But I had to look at all my gamer friends and be like, listen, I don't know if I can do gifts this year for you guys. And they were like, yeah, we're in the same boat. So even having said that, I'm like, well, I found this and I found that, and I guess I'm making this. Like, I can't not do it. So most of them are getting handmade stuff or secondhand stuff that I found that was really cool, right? Adulting, have some cookies. Exactly, Emily. And I found some really cool ideas for holiday gifts for people. So I'm stoked about it. I'm afraid to talk about a lot of them on the show because I know some of those people watch the show and so it would ruin shit. But here we are. Are you leaving me? Oh, well, thank you. I love you too. He blew me a kiss and I was suspicious. For wrist stretches, please. You know what? In 10 minutes, Samantha, we will get right to those wrist stretches. Rolling your wrists is a great way to stretch them out. Elizabeth, I don't want to give it away because I think everybody has seen it yet. But yes. Yes. I have mixed feelings. I think I'm going to start a channel in Discord. All it's going to be called is spoilers. And that's funny that it's going to be called spoilers, but it's going to be spoilers for everything. It's going to be spoilers for TV shows or books or comics or movies. And that way you guys have a place to discuss these things without fear, right? And so the idea being, if you go into the spoiler channel, things are going to be spoiled for you. And it might not be the thing that you're looking for. It could be, I don't know. Jesus. Maybe you haven't seen the Barbie movie yet. And so something in the Barbie movie will be spoiled for you. And you're going in there to talk about Doctor Who. So yeah, it's going to be all spoiled things. So just keep that in mind when you go in there. We'll probably still have a little bit of a rule that says that you have to, put what you're spoiling, Barbie movie spoilers and then some spaces or something so that people can at least read the title first, but you're going to find spoilers in there, guys. Is TK leaving? Agreed, Bubbles. It's been amazing. I've loved them. TK and I both have. We have mixed feelings on the last one. Like I said, I'm not going to get into spoilers, but the more it sits with me, the more I'm okay with it and the happier I am with it, actually. And we've found some continuity with it as well, theoretically. So that's exciting. This year you did a group thing for the kids. The boys and girls both got Oculus headsets. That's awesome. I got TK an Oculus headset a few years ago. He still uses it. It's probably one of the best gifts I've ever got him. I don't mean handmade gifts. I mean just, gifts general. Oh, that reminds me, I have to cancel last year's. I got him Ancestry for a year last year. I think it's already canceled. It stops on Christmas Day, but I need to make sure because that would suck. Last month, finally. What did you think of the 13th Doctor, Bubbles? I know he was so good, Elizabeth. Whereas going back to watch 13, I couldn't get into the first. Okay, Eska, I don't know how Bubbles felt about it. I think that Jodie is a phenomenal doctor. She was absolutely brilliant. I think that the writing that they gave her was horrible. I feel like they did her so dirty. Kind of like they did with the second half of with Capaldi when they finally just gave up on him. I was like, really, you guys, come on now. Yeah, I thought she was wonderful. I just didn't think that they gave her much to work with was the problem. So I'm not going to tell you that her seasons are great because I don't think they are, but I think she is. I know that's a weird thing to say. I would definitely go back. Yeah. She's wonderful. And the last few episodes she had were spectacular. Like I was like, you guys finally got it right, seriously, and now we're ending it. And that's just freaking great. Exactly. Ryan, thank you. I felt bad for her the whole entire time I was watching her arc because I'm like, damn it, you are so good at this. And they clearly just did not did not read the assignment. I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but it was a shit show. Same, Ryan. Oh my God, I adore him so far. Very excited. Also, how are you? It's good to see you. Have some confetti. You weren't sure how you'd feel about her either, but I really loved her. Same. My wrists do not hurt tonight. They feel lovely and loose and fantastic, like wrists should. Which is funny because I've been knitting ferociously for days and days and days and weeks and days and days. Oh my God, so much knitting and crocheting and everything. You're supposed to do these things throughout the year, not try to slam them all into 1 month. I don't know what I thought I was doing, but here we are. I'm going to try my hand at homemade crackers next week. I'm very excited about it. I found a recipe for homemade Ritz crackers. Yeah. We'll see if they might be delicious. They might be terrible. I'm going to guess delicious though. I like to be optimistic about these things. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You over crocheted and your wrists hurt. Definitely stretch them. Go ahead and roll them. Remember, and then a lot of this, gently press back and forth. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. We've got 4 minutes until stretches. I never saw sex education, but he was a great Ken. There wasn't a single Ken who wasn't a great Ken. I finally got TK to watch Barbie. He liked it. He did not like it as much as I did, but he did. He enjoyed it. He said it was very good. How buttery could you make a right? Exactly. The last instruction on this stupid recipe, after they're cooked, mind you, they don't go back in the oven, is to take the remaining melted butter and brush it on top of your crackers and let it dry. I was like, wait, what? The remaining milk? Like, we're just dumping butter on top of already buttered cookies? I mean, crackers? Sure, let's do it. Why not? You only live once. And if I eat enough of these, you only live once for a short time. I want it so bad, Yarn Pirate. I was like, Kurt, or TK, do you want one? Now you guys all know his name, for those of you who didn't. And he's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, well, I want one so bad. It's so good. Also, that soundtrack to that movie is so infectious. Like, it just gets stuck in your head. It's so good. Only 3 seasons. I'll have to check it out. There was a show, I don't remember what it's called. I'm gonna have to find it again. But it was the first season was good, not great, but good, interesting. And then each season after that was also good, but more importantly, the seasons got weirder and weirder and weirder until you were just like, how did we end up here? This is not realistic any longer. Like, I think we left reality about 2 seasons ago. But it's such a slow burn getting there that it just organically happens. It's fascinating. Oh yeah, Carmen, that's fantastic. Here, have some confetti. I missed that. Congratulations indeed. Will the homemade Ritz crackers work with the Ritz cracker thrower? There's a Ritz cracker thrower? Shut the freaking front door. You're working on 4 sweaters? Oh my God, you guys. Excuse me. What is it with Doctor Who and red things? Rose, redheads, Ruby soon. I like her name. I like the name Ruby Sunday. TK doesn't know how he feels about it, but I think it's great. You just finished. You tried to buy it from Mr. Pirate so I could steal it, but he was on to you. See, I tried to do the same thing. I was like, I'm going to buy you this hoodie. He's like, no, you're not. I'm like, sure I am. And if he had wanted it, he probably would have called me out because I steal his shirts all the time. This is his shirt. Okay, it is time for stretches, my dears. I know Samantha's super excited about this because she's been waiting for it. So let's go ahead and go into full host mode here. Ghost mode, as we said earlier. My lower back. Ooh. Okay, we're going to roll our shoulders. Eat our stroopwafel. Carve we can. Cookie break. Nom, 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 nom. 7 penguins with hats. It's like a handheld clay pigeon thrower. My mother and father purchased a gift for my boyfriend in high school for the holidays. They got him a rubber band gun. I don't know what they were thinking, giving their 16, 17-year-old daughter's boyfriend, who was like 17 or 18 at the time, a rubber band gun. I'm not sure who they thought he was going to use it on. I'm pretty sure they knew exactly what they were doing. Okay, and then I like to do them in different times, my shoulders. And then we're going to turn our head one way. Right? And just stretch along here. You'll actually feel it in the back of your neck as well. We're going to go the other way. Oh, hello, Crackles. I have yarn over here that needs to be put away back from Black Friday. Crazy. And then we're just gonna tilt our head one way. God, my neck is so stiff. You can see my folks doing that, right? It's like, thanks you guys. That's so awesome of you. I appreciate it. Okay. So now, Samantha, we're gonna roll our wrists out like this. Just rolling them in a circular motion. I'm trying not to hit my microphone. And then we're going to go the other way. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my hand out like so. So I've got my elbow on the table. My hand is sitting straight up. I'm going to take my other hand and I'm going to pull back. You're going to feel that through your forearm. Have any of you guys tried acupressure mats? I have one and it's amazing. It's so painful in the beginning though, but you sit on, like you lay down on it and it feels like your skin is burning off for the first, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. But if you can get through that initial first 5 minutes, after that, it's just beautiful. I lay on it for about 20 minutes and afterwards, any pain I have in my back and shoulders, I mean, it's not gone permanently, obviously, but it's gone or it's significantly less. Because what it does is it forces blood flow to different points in your back. You can use it on your hips, your feet. I've tried standing on it barefoot. It's intense. Okay, so now we're going to do the front side of our forearm. So we're going to just press down like so. And I've learned to go ahead and put your thumb underneath your wrist. That helps with that. Remember I said don't push too hard. So that helps a little bit with that control. Yeah, there it is. I also have a little acupressure, not puncture, pressure, pillow for it too. But once again, it's way too much pressure. My neck can't handle it because my neck is so screwed up at this point. I'm sure it would be great for it, but I can't stay on it for more than 30 seconds without crying. Okay, and now I'm going to pull it towards me. Yeah, it's pretty fantastic, Eska. I recommend the first time you use it wearing a t-shirt. And I always put it on my bed, on the mattress, because the mattress has some give, right? If you do it on the floor, it's much rougher. Like it's really brutal. I know a lot of people who get there though. I have not gotten to the floor point. I'm still on the bed point. Those knots are large, yeah, and in charge, right? Oh, Ryan. They are stronger than I am. Okay. Here are my hands. And we're just going to start with our thumbs and we're going to rotate. Rotating up and down, forward and back, however you want to call it. Then we're going to go the other way. Just like that, nice and simple. We're going to go into our pointer fingers, index finger, whatever you want to call it. For me, it's the T and P finger, TP. Boop. I'm not doing them in the same way. I'm doing them both towards each other. I mean, technically it should be like that, but my brain does not want to do that. For some reason, I can't. Like, this is easier for me. And then we're going to go the other way. We're going to do our middle fingers, I and U. The idea here is to try not to move your other fingers, and then we'll go the other way. As much as you can. We go into our ring fingers, and it gets harder and harder the further away from your pointer finger you get. And the other way. Perfect. And now we're going to do our pinkies, the K and the L. Good night, Casey. It was so good to see you. I hope we see you next Monday for the Yuletide extravaganza. And then we're going to go the other way. We're going to shake it out, adjust our rings because they're too big. Pop my knuckles. And we're good to go. So we've got, I would say, 10 more minutes of knitting before we get into show and tell, which is so exciting. I have the worst hiccups. Okay. So Samantha, I hope that that helps with your wrist a little bit. And we're going to continue with the strip stitch. I think I'm making it longer than what they asked me to, but I kind of want it longer now that I'm looking at it. You guys are always so polite to each other. I love that everybody says goodnight to everybody. It makes me so happy. So, what holiday plans do everybody have? Maybe you don't have any plans and that's your plan. Like, that sounds wonderful. It's kind of nice that Christmas falls on a Monday because it means everybody gets that extra day off, right? If you have the weekend off. And I know not everybody celebrates Christmas necessarily, but it is the holiday that is celebrated by you know, capitalism. So here we are. That's the day you get off. We will be celebrating Yule, which is the 21st, I believe. Usually the solstice is the 21st. Hanukkah's going on right now. I don't know what day we're on. Miss Monster can tell us, though. I should make latkes. Oh my God, that sounds so good. Except for that TK can't eat onions, and so they're not nearly the same without them. You're going to enjoy being home for a few weeks. That sounds so nice. You love the way you work up both socks at the same time. Thank you, Michi. Never knitted a pair, only crocheted, but watching you makes me want to. You should start some for sure. I recommend, if you're going to do two up, honestly, I recommend toe up socks. And there are a million tutorials out there on how to do it. I was very impatient and didn't watch any of those. And so I did it the janky way where I did one toe first and then the second toe. And then I put them on the same needle and then started doing them at the same time. Nothing too big for you. Probably food, games, and movies with your family. You work on Christmas Eve. You don't celebrate it, but you observe it for your kids. Exactly, Emily. Good night, Samantha. Have a great evening, and I will get that code out to you. Congratulations again on the subscriber giveaway. Yeah, my parents weren't like heavy into celebrating, you know, Christmas or anything. They celebrated the solstice, but we certainly did gifts and everything on Christmas. I think a lot of families do that, because they don't want their kids to feel left out. They hear so much about it at school and everything. So it makes sense. We do have my family coming over on Christmas Day for food for dinner, and TK's family will be here. It's not very often that we get both sides of the family in the house at the same time, so I'm really excited about that. Try and check out the Christmas Village downtown Prescott this weekend with the kids. Oh, that'll be nice. So I guess Portland is doing an outdoor ice skating rink this year. It makes me almost want to go home to check it out, but I don't want to drive into downtown Portland. But if you are from Portland or you're near there, you should definitely go check out the ice skating rink once they get it up. I think that's really exciting. It'll be interesting to see how it weathers the rain, honestly. But yeah, that's a real thing. You had your latkes and donuts party this past Saturday. The big burner on your stove was on the fritz and will randomly turn up. Oh no! So you had your first ever grease fire and you survived it. I'm so glad. Is your kitchen okay? Are they going to come in and fix it for you? I had a tenant once who she had a huge grease fire in her apartment and burned the whole entire kitchen down, basically. That's the nightmare call that no property manager ever wants to get, is the fire call. And I got it. It was great. She had just moved out of a house that she had owned for years and years and years. And I guess she had had a gas stove, which is very different from an electric stove. And so she had a hankering for fried chicken at like 11 at night, decided to make it on her gas stovetop. It did not end well, obviously. I mean, she's okay. She was fine. She didn't get hurt. Her cat didn't get her cat or dog. I think it was a cat. Didn't get injured. We just had to redo her whole entire living room and kitchen, basically, which was an endeavor. And she refused to leave. Like, we were like, can we please put you up in a hotel for a while so that they can work on this? And she's like, no, they pulled the fridge out. I've got a small fridge out in the dining room, and, I've got a microwave, and my bedroom and most of the living room is fine. I'm fine here. I'd really prefer if you weren't here right now, but okay. I guess I can't force you to. Thank you. Fourth day. That's what I was looking for. Only a tiny bit of soot on the wall near the stove. You're sure it will wipe right up. It does. It always does. I've had many a fire. Not grease fires, just wax fire once. Once upon a time, I house sat for my parents when I was in college, and I had just got some fancy wax, the type that you heat on the stove, right? And then you don't need the paper to use it. You just put it under your brow and pull it off, or your legs, or whatever you're going to use it on. So I put the wax on the stove, and then one of their cats got out. And so I went to go get the cat. And when I came back in, there was flickering in the kitchen. And I was like, what is that? And I realized that I had left this wax on the stovetop, and I go in and the wax is on fire. And I'm freaking out and not thinking about it because it's not grease, it's wax. I throw water on it, which does not work. It works much like grease does. The fiery wax just goes everywhere. And so that didn't work. I did get it out eventually with a whole lot of baking powder, baking soda. I don't remember. It's baking soda. But I did get it out. They had not even landed in Mexico at that point. I think it was Mexico. I called my brother. I was like, you have to come help me clean this up. And we did. It took us hours upon hours, but we got all of the wax and soot out of it. Like, so the ceiling was black. It was very scary, but we got all the soot taken care of. We went through so many like little Clorox wipes. All the wax was gone. And then they called to check in like an hour or two after we finished. And I had sworn Joe up and down. I was like, you can't tell them this happened. You can't tell them. So they call, and he's standing next to me. Like, hey, how is everything going? I'm like, I'm sorry. I tried to burn your house down, but it's okay. Everything's fine. Like, I just buckled under pressure. There was no pressure. I just buckled. And Joe's like, really? Seriously? Years and years and years later, they moved their stove to do something. I think put a new microwave in. And that is the only time anybody's ever seen any sign of this fire that we had. It's because there was some soot behind the stove that we didn't know was there, obviously. So there you go. There's my tale. Hopefully TK is not listening to this because he's never going to let me near the stove again. You guys, guess what time it is? It is time for show and tell. I'm so excited. So excited for show and tell. Oh my gosh, this is a good show and tell too. Let's take a look here. Agreed, Michi. Ooh, four different flavors of deviled eggs. That sounds delicious. Okay, Elizabeth made a scrap blanket for herself. I'm so glad you're making something for yourself. I get excited when people do that, as long as no kid steals it. This is so cool. I love that your scraps all have like you work a lot with this, with that muddled yarn, you know what I mean? With the gray specks in it. So all of it has it in there. It's so neat looking. Like it just all the way goes through, unless you're holding it with it, in which case I'm just being silly, but I love it. I think it's beautiful. It's big too. Miss Monster, I failed my willpower check against starting a new project. Another Hobbiton. The neon rainbow is from Always Be Kind yarn, and I'm using Cynthia's lunchbox for the contrast, heel and toe. Second picture is under the black light. I met the owner of Always Be Kind yarn off, and she is absolutely lovely. Like, I feel like she and I have a lot in common. She's just a wonderful person, and she's just upbeat and wonderful and positive, and her yarn is wonderful and positive, as you can tell. Yeah, she's just wonderful. This is gonna look really great. I'm excited to see it. And it's so cool under the black light. The fact that you guys can actually see the glow on these from the black light is amazing, because it's really hard to catch that on camera. Bubbles, my left-handed project notebook with pages specifically for tracking knit and crochet projects. Your left-handed are you only writing in it with your left hand? Are you left-handed? Found all of my Notion bags and reorganized them over the weekend. It's cool though, because it opens. Yeah, the fact that it opens that way is pretty freaking cool. This looks amazing. I'm so happy that you were able to get back at it. Ugh. I can kind of see where some of the skeins end, but not obnoxiously, if that makes any sense. Like I can see it in one place if I really look. And for speckled yarn, that's pretty damn good. I'm happy to see that the skein changes aren't as noticeable as they can be with speckled yarn. So yay on you and on me. You are left-handed. The spiral is on the right side, so not in the way. That's what I was saying. Oh, if you're a lefty, then yeah, this would be great. My mother would love this. Maybe I should get her one for her birthday. Project journal, left-handed project journal. I'll have to check it out. Oh my God, I love your project bag. That's so good. Look at you getting it on with all the organization. Miss Emma, another day, another blanket started. This will be my 13th blanket this year. Hot damn, woman. That's amazing. I love the colors, the pink and the purple with the black. It's really bold. Coastalot, first spin on my new matchless wheel. Yay, that's exciting too. It's an 18.5 micron merino. Lovely. Alpaca, camel, and mulberry silk blend. Oh my God, that's decadent. And it's gorgeous. Oh, I bet that thing spins like a dream too. Congratulations. Michi, been making tons of hats lately. Here's a fall colored hat and a cow that was given to me by my dear friend and made by another dear friend. He still needs a name. Oh, he's so cute. I love him. I also love your mask. It's super adorable. What a cutie. I don't know what to name him. I might think on this one because he's super adorbs. And if none of us come up with one, I want to know what you come up with for sure. I love the fall hat. It's beautiful. Oh my gosh, those colors just look perfect on you. Bubbles just inspired you to organize your project bag. I always give crocheted gifts, but I always make my stomach hurt. Like it's not good. Oh, crochet hooked. It's always good enough. People are always blown away when I give them handmade gifts. Like they're so impressed by it. So definitely make sure it's for people who can appreciate it. Eska finally brought her Christmas cardigan. Just need to add the pockets and the last minute embellishments, including one of these fun buttons and beads. Should be ready for the holiday party on Friday. I love how it turned out. I gotta be honest, I wasn't sure about this when you first started it, but it's so good. It's just so much fun. I love it. Oh, the cats kill me. And I love the embellishments. Oh, the poinsettias would look nice. I like that. But also I like that. Oh, so much flair and charms. Carmen, I made some ornaments. You made woven ornaments, you crafty bitch, you. I love you. The embroidery hoops are tiny, about 4 inches. They're showcasing scraps of my handmade fabric using BK yarn. So freaking awesome. The stars are wool, felt, and embroidery. I also just got this gorgeous hot water bottle cover in the mail today. It's made of wool remnants and has straps so that you can wear it. Oh my gosh. Yes, please. The brand is Pothies. If you're interested, I am. These are gorgeous. I am so jealous. Not jealous. I am so envious sometimes of how talented you guys all are. But in a good way. Like, not envious, like, I wish I had that talent. Like, inspirational and like, man, I wish I was that talented. But in a way that, you know, I'm so just in awe of you. I can't get the words out. That's how in awe I am. These are adorable. Seriously. Like they're just too stinking cute. And this is beautiful. That looks so nice and toasty. Oh. Right? Those fabric hoops, I'm dying. They're so, I would put those on my tree, but I would also just put those on my wall if I was honest. Knit and craft, more socks to share. Shimmering wave brioche socks. These are my summer socks in my seasonal brioche collection and my basic bee socks. I love it. With little sheeps for the colorwork and basic brioche for the front. Ah, beautiful. I love the wiggles. They're so good. Oh my God, these are gorgeous. See, I'm going to move on to some of your crazy ass socks next. It's going to happen. Once the holidays are over, I'm going to try socks that I'm enjoying because I'm kind of enjoying 2 socks at a time. I'm not going to lie. These are too stinking cute. I love them so much. You should make one sheep on there, all black because a little black sheep. AJ Crochet. Hiya. Okay, let's jump right into it. I made a mesh top and there was no pattern for what I wanted, so I had to wing it. That's the best way to do it. I also finished the entire sweater. Ugh, just kidding. And also made a beanie. That's it. Seriously though, that's confetti worthy. That's a lot. I am loving your mesh top. It's so good. And the Santa hat is the perfect touch. Although this is even better. It just looks so comfy and I love that you winged it. And your sweater turned out so phenomenally fantastic. I'm just going to keep adding words to that. I'm still blown away that you crochet with black thread or black yarn. It's just, oh, my poor eyes just thinking about it. So good. JK, I don't have any fibercraft to share, but wanted to share Shani Euphoria and getting caught red pod in their presence and everyone else's. They even look like they know they've been caught. Like that's the picture of shame right there. It's too good. You guys, what a great show and tell. It was a little longer than I expected it to be, which is always good. It makes me happy. I know those teeny little shapes. You guys are so wonderful and so inspirational. And I sincerely love all of you. And I am both sad and excited and nervous and everything, scared, happy, whatever you want to call it, about what we're going to do in the future here. So yeah, here is to the past 4 years of doing a weekly Boss Kitty Live or Boss Kitty Show stream. Like we've been doing this since Twitch and then YouTube for 4 years before COVID. The community that we have created here is just, words cannot describe how wonderful you all are. And it's not something that I am willing to ever give up for anything. So don't think that we are going away. Obviously, we will be here next Monday for our live Yuletide extravaganza. We're going to work on some holiday decorations and fun crafts. Then we will be back on Sunday, December 31st at 8 p.m. to bring in the new year with everybody across the coast, from East Coast to West Coast, and my birthday. And we're going to do the drop spindle drop with some fiber. Very exciting. And then, yeah, we're going to take a small hiatus, and we'll be back in February, and we'll be doing one live a week, or I'm sorry, one live a month, and then an additional live for our patrons. And then we are going to have vlogs and pre-taped content for you guys. Discord is still going to be hopping all the time. I want as much activity in there as possible. TK and I plan on still being very active in there. We're not going anywhere. We want to give you quality content over quantity. So we're really trying to think outside of the box with this, because we love you guys so much. So yeah. I hope you all have a wonderful week. I hope you have a whole lot of excitement going on. If you've got any holiday parties, or if you're going holiday shopping, or if you're just staying in and being cozy, that's great too. Try making those homemade Ritz crackers, because I want somebody else to try making them too. Anyway, I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful week. And as always, happy crafting, guys. Love you. Good night. Story time. I just saw that you came in. Hello and good night. It's good to see you.